Hi, my name is Prince Unec, a 400-level medical student, popularly known as Prince AG. I want you people to join me in minor studio, Unec Decide, as I unveil the plans I have for Unec student and myself, because I'm also a Unec student. And the questions that will be asked, some of the questions people have asked, I'm going to answer them. And also, remember, this election is very, very important to all of us, including me. So I really want you to vote competence, vote capacity. Don't vote someone because he's from your department, he's from your faculty, maybe you attend your fellowship. No, vote capacity. Remember, I alone cannot do it, but together we shall get the union working. Thank you.
Hello dear Nigerian students, I am Divine Okwechi, your host today on Unec Decides, brought to you by Minor Studios. And you know what we do on Unec Decide? We bring the SUG aspirants for Unec 2023 elections, talk to them, interact with them, get to know what they plan for us, and get to know them like personally. You know, we'll just be seeing their campaign flyers, we don't know who they really are, but today on this show we're going to meet with one of our aspirants, get to know his plans and get to know him personally. So join me as we welcome him. Thank you. All right. So today we're meeting no other person than, I'll allow him to do the introduction by himself. So we'll hear from the horse's mouth. So over to you, Mr. Prince.
Well, thank you very much, Minor Studio, for having me.
Okay.
It's a pleasure and honor.
Sure.
My name is Prince Unec.
Okay.
I'm popularly known by the name Prince AG.
Okay. I'm
a 400-level medical student.
Oh, okay. Tell us more about yourself. Why do they want to know more about you? Tell us.
Okay. In summary, I'm among the Nigerian youths,
okay,
who are disappointed by the people in charge of Nigeria, and also I'm a self-employed student.
Okay.
Because I train myself in school, so I'm also a Unec student, a disappointed Unec student, because most of the things we students should have access to, we don't have access to them. Yeah. Even the one we have before, we are now losing them.
Yeah, obviously.
Because of poor management and otherwise. So I'm a passionate Nigerian, in the sense that I've always want to see a change in my country, because most of my friends, they have already left this country to search for greener pasture. So I'm that Nigerian youth who is clamoring for, praying for Nigeria to change. And for Nigeria to change, it needs to start by us.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, definitely.
That is my ideology. Thank you so much.
Okay. So the fact that you are clamoring for change, should I say that led you to now become a student politician?
Definitely.
So why did you choose to become a student politician, and what motivated you to run for the office of the SUG president for Unec?
Actually, starting from my year one, I've always been the person that listens to people.
Okay.
You understand? I cannot see someone have a problem and I have the ability to solve it. I'll just keep quiet. Majority of students knows this name Prince AG as a solution to problems. Because I normally get DMs, please, I have one of these things, please can you help me? I will come down and solve it. So I have seen, and the areas of which I have come in students' life shouldn't be that space shouldn't be opened. You understand? If you actually have a working union in place, you understand, things like missing result and all of that. Yeah. I know that there's one committee in SUG in charge of ICT. When there are problems with ICT, that committee should, tackle it. So I shouldn't even go there to make sure that one is solved. But as my personality, I cannot just keep quiet. I always come in and try to find a solution to that problem. So those spaces, and it's also affecting me because a time will come when something will be happening. You wait, maybe expecting someone to come in and do it and change it, and you have not seen anybody.
So
you said, "Wow,
pick it up to yourself.
Let me come and do that."
Okay, you made mention of something here, the ICT, but I'll get back to that later because so far we have interviewed many SUG aspirants coming for the post of the president, but nobody has really mentioned the ICT part. So I'll come back to that later.
No problem.
So, how would you like to describe your leadership style? Firstly, I don't know if I should ask you if you have had any political, if you have led or served in any political post since your year one or anywhere outside school. Then maybe let me ask you that first. Then you now tell us about how you can describe your leadership style.
Well, I was a course rep in my year one.
Okay.
Course rep is a very vital position.
That's true.
Because it deals with students personally, academically. So in my year one, when I became the course rep, we normally used to have more students because my set was over-admitted, 2019 section. And whenever we come to class, there will be noise, everything. Like the lecturers, talking. You, if you're at the back, you barely hear him. So I said, this thing cannot continue. That we are students, and as a student, we have one particular aim here, to graduate. And in order to do that, we need to carry everybody along. I wouldn't want a position whereby I'll be the only person graduating. No, that's not what I'm wishing. I want us as we enter so that we all graduate in uniformity. So we decided to be kind of getting from our people that have, passed through that phase. We start teaching tutorial even before the lecture holds. Assuming this topic is what we are going to have next week. You understand? We find a way and organize tutorial for it. Invite people that can teach it more than us, and all of that. So from there, and I see that another challenge is also available there too. I decided to modify my approach. The challenge there is this: if you fix tutorial, it's not everybody that will attend.
Sure, definitely.
You understand? So I always want to carry everybody along. I then decided to engage into putting the very important points into PDF. From there, it can reach everybody. So that is why they know me as a PDF guy in that time. So we use that particular means and solve a lot of issues. So as time goes on, JAMB became annoyed on the SX admission by our school. So they decided to change a lot of students from one department to the other, and that's affected them in the course reg and even their results. So we thought that the change is going to be rectified immediately, but it derailed for a very long time. So that became another issue. I queued him up, and in summary, we just solved the problem.
Okay. So basically, your leadership style is based on the need to solve people's problems, especially academic problems, because you have always been used to doing that since you were like in year one.
My leadership, someone like me now, like I said, whenever I solve a problem, it gives me this kind of joy, personally. You get, if I see that this is a very big issue in student life, I will try every means possible to find solutions to that problem. That's the kind of person I am. If I don't do it, I won't have peace of mind naturally. You understand? So that's just the kind of person. So I like providing solutions to the problems I see around me, if I can do that.
Unec, as a school, has a lot of problems, but I don't want us, if we start talking about the problems of Unec today, we'll all go. So I just want you to like narrow down your like the issues you see in Unec, narrow them down in 3 phases, and how do you like, what are the 3 main issues you have noticed that and you feel that I can tackle these issues head on in Unec? Just explain like 3. I just want 3 brief issues and tell us how you feel that you can solve them efficiently.
Number 1 is water.
Okay.
Like I normally say that whenever I talk about Unec and what students normally face, I don't exempt myself.
Well,
I use myself as a case study. I stay in hostel, room 309, GH in Bono, GK. So, and water really gave me an issue.
Yes.
Because at home, I love bathing with a lot of water. I don't like minimizing water. So whenever I want to take my bath and also wash my clothes, I spend a lot of money. And I'll be like, okay, I know that I somehow make a little bit money. Yeah, but what of students that their parents has already, say, this is what I'm going to give you per month. If you finish it, that one concern you. Their parents are like that because things are very hard now. And this water is something that should be available in the school. Because I've been to different federal universities. It's a very vital and basic amenity. Vital and basic. It is something that should be very accessible to the students. Or like, there's problem. I see no problem that. Let me start. So when we are discussing this water issue, people were saying that the reason why there is no water in Unec is because there is no water in Enugu. I was like, what do you mean there is no water in Enugu? That Enugu is filled with coal.
Yeah, okay, yes.
I still don't believe it.
Yeah, it's based on the geographical location of the where the coal is.
So I said no problem that I will get into this thing very well. So a day came, we were having a very serious agreement because I like to prove someone. If I can do so, I will just prove it to you. So the person said that it's a lie, that I'm just fucking, just to making things in a very big way, just to entice people. I said no problem, but I will see through this water. So I decided to start that water project even before I get into government. I wrote to companies that are doing water, drilling companies. They came, they surveyed the whole Unec, not the entire Unec, but places where hostels are, that are very close to the students, and they found water in front of Mbono, Jike, and Ledibia. I was like, you people say that there's no water. What are we now seeing here now? And according to the experts that I brought, he said that if they drill this place, that this water can sustain for a very, very long time. Borehole. That was what.
So you actually brought in experts to come survey?
Definitely.
Wow, I've never heard of that. This is the first time I'm hearing this. I would like to know more about this maybe later on, but let's just continue.
So as we are going on, the cost of that project is quite exorbitant.
Exactly.
So no problem. That there are people that are willing to help Nigerian students. I started writing to some companies about this project. But then, before writing to the companies, I had to get a call from the school. They asked me to stop. The reason being that I personally, me as a student, shouldn't carry that kind of project. It is either I'm in the SUG or maybe I'm doing it as a body. Again, that is the category where that kind of thing can be allowed. So, but people where I have personally written to, like 2 companies now, you have pharmaceutical companies and AC drugs. So their response are positive, but they cannot do anything
because their hands are obviously tied.
In the sense that they would want to support to a student union, not to me. I've told them the project, what we are using it for, but they said that no, that I should first of all win before this thing can be continued. You understand? So we're actually on that. Definitely, if I win this SUG presidency, I'm giving it a period of 100 days.
100 days.
100 days from my.
And we'll get the water supply front of EVR and front of GH.
Definitely.
I would love to, like, I'll be really happy for it. I'm really, really very, very happy.
It's something we're already on.
Oh.
Once I assume office, from the day I assume office, let them give me 100 days. What I will come to Unec. Wow. That is what I want to prove to Unec students.
Wow.
That all are just hopes about what I'm not being in Unec. Then, secondly, is the issue of light.
Yes, very big issue. Very big issue.
Issue of light in the sense that it affected me personally, because when I was trying to charge my phone, I was reading and I have an exam. I was going towards Maryland through the back gate.
Yes.
That was when I lost my phone. I lost my phone due to another very big issue too, insecurity. You see, so I'm not exempted from the whole process. So yes. I'm actually a typical Unec student in the sense that I know the challenges, even the ones that are already crossing over, that are new, that are freshers. You get what I passed through in this campus. I don't want them to pass to pass through that same phase. I don't wish anybody that kind of thing. It's very, very painful and disgusting.
Yeah.
So our light is normally based on subscription. You know, they pay EEDC and all of that. Yeah. And in order to substitute, to make sure that there is always stable light, yes, the school had to make generator available in case of incasity.
Yes.
But then the generator is bad. You're not having an issue. And whenever light goes off completely, the generator that should be available to sustain us is no longer there.
Yes.
That is why it's making every situation so bad. So when I get into office, by the special grace of God, I have two things I'm willing to do
concerning the light issue.
Concerning the light issue.
Okay.
Which is it's based on two temporal, like primary and secondary. If things works very well, because I'm trying to be realistic concerning that generator, we will find a way, bring in people. If it cannot be repaired.
Yeah, I think they tried fixing that gen one time, but the fixing didn't last. Like, I had it only worked for 2 weeks and it still spoiled again.
It still spoiled. So if there's a way we can fix it permanently in the sense that it won't be having a fault again,
okay,
we will do that. But if that is not available, we push to get another gen.
Okay.
Then the secondary one, which is kind of big but not so big, is making sure that each reading, because every series, I stay in hostel, always have a reading room.
Yes.
Has bulbs, solar powering bulb. Like the reading room will be properly lighted.
Okay.
Then coming to different classes where students normally read,
like
classes, Charis, Hesa, and all those places.
Yes.
We make sure that there is always there is also solar there.
Yes. Okay.
You understand? So I don't want to make it in such a way that every room we have bulb.
Okay.
So these are the places I'm going to make sure that solar is mounted. The rooms, night classes, they will be constant. It won't be. You can't use it to charge.
No, yeah,
it's only just light available for students to read. That's one thing I'm going to make sure is done.
That's really thoughtful of you. I said 3. I did. You just made mention of 2. Now you said water, light. The third one.
Then is this course reg issue. For example, now, and student, what do they call it again? The school website, the school sites.
The ICT is thing, because no aspirant has mentioned about this ICT issue, and people tend to overlook it. But I'm happy you said something. So
when I was trying to, the main thing about is what we are experiencing now is because we don't have a working union.
Yes.
These people working there, they don't know what we feel. That is why sometimes they act reluctant, or maybe, you know, ignorant about everything.
The issues.
Because how do I say that they don't know what we feel? They are not doing course reg. Even if they have someone, or maybe any of their relations they want to do course, or maybe their son, they can find easy way to do it because they are working there. You understand? Yes. So when I was trying to solve that ICT issue in my year 1, something happened. I wrote a letter to the director of ICT, Unec, concerning that issue, with the help of Professor Ogugwa, the Dean of Faculty of Electrical Science at that time. So what happened? He said that he's going to solve it, blah, 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 he's going to solve it. A week passed, it wasn't solved. I said, okay, I understand how to follow these people. That it is based on constant disturbance. I started trooping in through the ICT all the time. Sometimes I will troop in with braveness and I'll be a little bit aggressive to know that the pain of the students is being transferred through me. Yes. I'm showing them how we are feeling. You understand? So as I'm coming there, when the director of ICT and his team sees me, that is when they started doing something. I don't know if you get me. Because some of our students now, they're able to do their biometric because of they have paid school fees, but ICT have not officially recognized their payments. That's why they are not able to
do their biometric
now. You get? Yes. So when I was trooping in that time, I was disturbing them. That made them to act fast. Because, you know, this Nigerian way of life is always lackadaisical. You just, you know, forget that there's something on your table that you have to do sometimes. Yeah. You understand? So this is something we need to bring the attention of the VC, because I don't like someone like me. I don't like if we reach an agreement, we are going to do this at this particular time, and you don't do it. It makes me somehow to feel bad. So we want to bring attention of the VC to actually, you know, Vix is a very friendly person and he listens to the students to actually look into this ICT. And one of the people working in the ICT, when I asked them the reason why we normally have network glitch whenever we are trying to get hosted or make payments, because you can't go to other federal university websites and be expressing that kind of thing. It's so shameful. He told me that if the student union government can write to VC about this, that the VC can use the two major networks, either Airtel or MTN, and increase the internet bandwidth. That the bandwidth that the school is still using now is too small to accommodate much participants in the website. So when we write to them, that they can just increase it and we'll start having all these things. Students can easily and comfortably access hostel without any because if they are, I've applied for hostel, I know how frustrating it is. Yes. You'll be clicking as if we are in holding days. Yeah. You understand? So these are the things we need to bring to them, and when we bring to them, we follow it up. If you bring up an issue or maybe something you want to solve, you need to follow it up. It is the follow-up that matters. You can't just submit a request without following it and expect it to be solved. So these are the things we are going to follow and make sure that our students are not being stressed at all, because we're already stressed in this campus. Not for that one again.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for really exposing us to these issues, because honestly, I didn't even know that what was causing this hostel it was just the school running on a low bandwidth, and it was just for them to increase it.
Definitely.
Oh, you see, that's why I didn't even know it's good. I think these interviews we're having with you is actually good, so people will learn and get to be exposed to this, like, these issues we don't know about. So that leads me to
actually, before I decided to start running for this, and I've taken my time to find out reasons why things are happening, because if you don't know the reasons why they're happening, you don't know where to start to solve the problem. You understand? So I took my time to walk around this school, ask questions to the previous government. What happened? Why is things like this? Why has things changed? Okay, so
So that leads me to the other question of how do you intend to like bridge the gap between the school, the people above, like, you know, aside the SUG, then there's the people above, like the dean, the student of studies, all this, like the people above, the VC, the deputy registrar, all these people. How do you intend to bridge the gap between the students and these people above? Most times the students might be saying something and those people up might be saying another thing. Who would you even go for?
Okay.
Whose request will you answer? You know, the student can be saying one thing, and then the people on top be saying another thing, and then to bring like a clash of interest. So how do you intend to bridge that gap between the needs of the two opposite sides rather?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
There's one quote I normally say: anything well explained, understanding is inevitable. And that is, it has been working for me, even in personally when I see myself in a very different situation. One thing there is this: I don't want to say based on we're all human beings and all of that. At times, as an SUG president, I'll be there to represent the interest of my fellow students and myself. Because I'm also a student. That's what people don't understand. That SUG president does not make you not to be a student. Yes. So anything that affects the people I'm representing also affects me. That is one thing. So if we see ourselves in such a way that we are no longer flowing in a very in tandem with the school stakeholders, what will we do is to make sure that they understand us.
Exactly.
They have been a student before.
Sure.
You understand? And also, as we are doing that, we will also be telling them that we are also part of this school. You understand? Because once you make someone understand that this thing belongs to both of us, that understanding will make the person to follow the negotiation process and find a level ground for both of us. So that is what we are going to do. In quotes, there will be an effective communication between the students and the university stakeholders through me.
Okay, that's very nice. That's very wonderful. Yeah. So the last question for this segment, before we move on to the next segment, looking at the current administration, do you think they're doing well? How would you rate their performance so far? Be honest.
Okay. What I would say is that they did their best. They did their best, to my best of knowledge. So I believe that government is a continuous process.
Yes.
The place where they couldn't cross or where they couldn't make some correction, that is why I'm running here. That space is the reason I'm coming in. You understand? Because I don't actually come in when things are not much needed, when the value won't be there. That's why I'm coming. So they did their best. I don't know what circumstances might have from them not to be able to make them to, reach to the students' expectation.
Yes.
So, but when I get there will be an improvement.
All right. This second segment we're going to start the second segment with a little game. It's just a little game.
No problem.
Just a this or that game. Okay. So I'll give you two options for which you will pick. It's just strictly about Unec stuff. It's not hard at all.
No problem.
So you know how this or that games work now. You pick either this or that. So let me just give you this question. Would you rather love to stay off campus or in the hostel?
As a student?
As a student, would you rather, as you are now, as Prince AG here, would you rather love to stay in the hostel or off campus?
I'm in the hostel already.
Maybe you don't like the hostel, maybe you want to stay off campus. If you had to pick, if you had to give him power to choose.
Actually, when I decided to stay in hostel,
yes,
it's not that I can't afford to stay off campus, you understand?
Okay.
But when you are in the student environment, there are so many things you learn.
Yeah.
Being in the university does not mean to write exam and pass and go. You also learn from people. Yeah. So when you enter in hostel, I encourage, even if I'm the richest man in the world, my child will stay in hostel, whether he likes it or not. It's very important so that he can be able to learn to associate other things. when you're in hostel and exam is going on,
yes.
you won't feel relaxed. Maybe you came into your room and everybody's maybe everywhere is empty. The hostel is quiet.
Yes.
You know that you need to be what? Serious.
Yes.
So school environment is very, very good. That's why they built hostel. I always want to stay in hostel. To be honest, I'm being sincere.
Okay. Would you rather like buy food or cook?
I love cooking. I love cooking. I love cooking by myself, and that's why one of the major things I'm going to look into is the food security. And there are some nasty things that happen in Unec. I don't know why they allow it to be that way. When someone will eat, they won't give the person water. I don't know. They will say you go and buy water. That's not the way it's done. You get? And also the quality of the food that they sell. You can't just say, oh, because they are students, and you just put Maggi and use red oil and bring it there.
Have a choice, yes.
It's very bad. So those are the things we are going to look into. You know, to promote a healthy living in the campus.
Okay.
So I love cooking. Personally, I love cooking on my own. It doesn't take time. I love cooking. I don't even like buying food outside.
Okay, third question. I know you stay in IG, but if you had to choose IG or GH, which one do you like?
I GH.
GH. Because you're a medical student and you like the calmness there.
I like GH.
Alright, the last one. Would you rather love to eat an old ref or cash? Cash and joints.
Cash? I would like to eat in cash.
Is it because you're a campus big boy?
No. Like I said, I like something that is properly prepared for it. So it's not that old ref don't do their own best, but that's my choice.
No wahala. Okay, let's move on to the second segment. This is going to be more interactive and a little bit controversial. Not very controversial, but it's based on questions we got from outsiders.
Okay.
So the first question was set by us, but these ones are questions coming from outside, people that know about this show. So the first question is talking about you being an site. And site, they have 3 campuses. Like their students are split into 3 campuses. I had some staying Unec, there's old side. I don't know if there's any other campus.
Yeah, it's because of that.
Yeah. So how do you intend to manage the fact that you have people from other campuses? How do you tend to centralize the leadership role as a leader? How will you manage it? You are leading people in Unec, you're also leading people in OMSA. I think you're from OMSA too.
Yeah.
So they're even your people self. So they will even expect you. So how do you intend to
okay, I have ways of making things effectively for me. You understand? Actually, proximity will not be a problem.
Okay.
Then, but when if I assume this, I'm going to have a committee.
Okay.
That a personal committee formed by me. You understand? That will always be giving me the sharp information whenever I need them concerning the happenings there. You understand? So the community is going to be part of my government. So whenever something happens there and the students are fair, because they have various student affairs, yes, I will make sure that I have a very good engagement with them and get some infos. It has to come from the student first. So if he comes from the student residing in that area, it passes through me. I will not get back to the student affairs for a quick solution to anything that might come up. And so proximity will not be a problem. I'm going to make sure that the communication I have with them is going to be strong through these my committees.
Okay, that's all. Okay, the second question is based on the controversy that happened one time, whereby we even saw that there was an issue where people were tearing down your flyers. We don't know who these people are.
Yes.
So do you think that it's kind of like a form of unhealthy competition going on in SUG, or you just feel, what do you have to say about that?
It's a very unhealthy competition, to be honest, because I believe that all of us going out for this position is for the interest of the next students.
Okay.
And one of the reasons we even make for our flyers is to make people know us, to hear about us and all of that. So I wouldn't see reasons why if the same place I pasted my own flyer, you go and remove my own and leave the other person's own, thinking that is how election is done, is actually very painful to me.
Yes.
Not because they are removing my flyer. It's painful to me on the bunch of people we are producing, maybe in future.
Yes, exactly.
You understand?
Because we are still going to represent ourselves out there later on.
So if we start now with this kind of attitude, that means there is no hope in this country called Nigeria. So because our action today echoes tomorrow. So when I start seeing that, and it disrespects the environment we are, because if you leave your home and come to university, you are going to university to be enlightened, to be purified. So you're not supposed to be behaving like a thug, as someone that have not seen this enlightenment called education. You understand? So that is why it's very painful to me. Sometimes I'll be like, this is university, where knowledge, learning, and other things are being got. So these things should be done. We should, when we see, like, it should be something encouraging. If we see people that did not go to school doing that, we say, no, stop doing this. This is not how election is. You shouldn't be acting this way. Then why us? Why us, the people that they should be listening from? That is the pain. They're not actually removing my flyer.
You know, the air has been cleared on that. The last question, it is a controversial question though. If you are not running for the position, if you are just to be an onlooker, if you are not vying for this position, let's say you are just there, who do you think you would vote for? Who do you think you feel like will do the job well?
Actually, nobody. No, I don't think nobody. No. The current situation Unec is now. None of the aspirants has the capacity to remedy it. Like, things have already messed up, totally messed up in the campus, not the way it used to be. So we don't need someone that will be, stalling the process. None of them except me. Because I've taken my time to, work towards these things, and I'm very serious.
Wow, that's yeah, you did a very good job there by answering that way. So, do you have any last words? Anything you would love to tell the Unec community, the student community? This is your chance to tell them any last words for them, any final words on this show for them, so they can hear from you directly on this show, and look into the camera and tell them.
Thank you very much. My fellow students, what I have to tell you people is that this election is very important to all of us. And also, this is the time to change things in the campus by being an active participant in the election. Don't vote someone because he's from your faculty or department. Vote the person because of the capacity, the competence, and also ask questions about any of the aspirants you are trying to get in touch or vote with. Take your time and ask questions, because any government you put in here will take you through, and maybe when things come up, the person will not be there for you. So please, do your biometric and come out of the election. Also ask questions about these aspirants coming out, including me. Go and verify about me. You are free to ask anything you want to ask about Prince AG. That is what I want the next student to be doing. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Prince Eloka Agana. It was nice having you on the show. And I'm very sure today you have really taught me personally a lot of things. I was actually able to learn some few things. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. I'm sure you've had some of the issues, key points he pointed out, and how he intends to solve them. So, and he also said, try and vote for people you feel that you know that they are capable and actually can solve your problems. Thank you for coming to the show, for honoring our invitation. We are very grateful you turned up, you showed up. Thank you all for watching and connecting on Miners Corner. We hope to do more of this in future. We hope to have more shows where these people come and talk to us. I have to hear from them personally, to hear their views about Unec SUG. So we love having you all. Thank you. Good night, good day, goodbye. Anyhow.
Thank you.
All right.